Octopath Traveler 0 opens in the quiet village of Wishvale, a place defined by warmth, tradition, and a sacred ritual known as the Kindling. The protagonist, later known as Zero, the chosen ring bearer, has just joined the town watch and spends their days helping prepare for the festival alongside childhood friends Tia, Fen, and Lorana, the village's young priestess. While gathering an azure flamestone for the ritual, they notice a strange scholar named Nomos observing them from afar. Unbeknownst to the villagers, dark forces are already in motion. The tyrannical warlord Tytos, the deranged playwright August, and the wealthy socialite Herminia each seek powerful artifacts known as the Divine Rings. Acting on Herminia's lead, Tytos and August descend upon Wishvale during the kindling itself. When Lorana's grandmother refuses to reveal information regarding a nearby ring's location, Tytos murders her on the spot and orders his mercenary army, the Scarlet Wings, to slaughter the town. The massacre is absolute. Zero's parents are killed, one by Tytos, the other by August. Homes burn, villagers fall, and Wishvale is reduced to ash. Zero, Stia, Fen, and Lorana barely escape, rescuing Nomos in the chaos. But when Fen and Lorana return to search for survivors, they never come back. When Zero and Stia return later, Wishvale is nothing but ruins. Overwhelmed by grief, the two swear an oath to rebuild their home and to bring justice to those responsible. Nomos reveals the truth. He gifts them the Ring of the Flamebringer and explains that Herminia, Tytos, and August possess divine rings of their own. These villains must be stopped, no matter the cost. Thus begins the journey across Orstera, venturing forth to all locations throughout the continent, and gaining many allied travelers along the way, while following three main paths. The Path of Wealth leads to the forest city of Valor, ruled from the shadows by Lady Herminia, the covetous witch. Her immense fortune has corrupted the city into crime and despair. There, Zero joins forces with underworld leader Bargello, helping unite fractured gangs and overthrow Herminia's regime. In the end, Herminia is defeated, but her death leaves a dangerous power vacuum. The Path of Fame takes Zero to Theatropolis, city of the arts, where the beloved playwright August manipulates his followers through tragedy and obsession. His pursuit of artistic perfection leads to torture and murder, including the destruction of entire families. With the initial help of a grieving man named Schwartz, later revealed to be August himself playing the role of his former life to elicit further tragedy, August is confronted and slain, exposing the ugliness beneath false glory. The Path of Power unfolds in the frozen city of Emberglow, ruled by Tytos, once hailed as a hero. Obsessed with strength, he commands the Scarlet Wings and uses the Scarlet Elixir to build an unstoppable army. His past is revealed. Denied permission to continue a holy war years earlier, Tytos now seeks power at any cost. His cruelty culminates in the murder of innocents, and the alchemist Velnort ultimately defies Tytos to help Zero bring him down. With the three tyrants defeated, their rings are recovered, but the story does not end there. A knight of the sacred flame named Sazantos appears, urging that the rings be sealed away. Before this can happen, they are stolen under the command of the mysterious True Sovereign, drawing the travelers into a much larger conflict centered on the empire of Edoras and revealing the illusory figure as its mad king, Pardis III. War erupts, alliances form, and crowns fall. Pardis is ultimately defeated, and peace seems within reach. Yet the rings continue to bring calamity. New threats arise with additional rings in the Bestower story arcs that follow. In the Bestower of Wealth arc, back in the town of Allure, Bargello faces the rise of the Have-Not, a masked assassin targeting the wealthy, revealed to be Tiziano, a former ally thought dead. In Bestower of Power, the Western Empire Groha, led by Empress Tatlock, declares war on all of Orstera, crushing armies and demanding the rings. And in Bestower of Fame, remnants of the Scarlet Wings infiltrate the church, uncovering a dark history tied to false gods and forbidden ambition. All paths converge in the Bestower of all. The travelers are summoned by a being named Finis, revealed to have merely disguised himself as the human scholar Nomos, but is in fact one of the gods who helped shape the world, to assist him in sealing the rings forever. But during the ritual, Sazantos betrays everyone with help from Signa, one of the ring maidens conducting it. He murders Finis, steals the rings, and reveals his true goal: to take the god's power for himself and recreate the world without desire, pain, or ambition. even if that means erasing free will itself. The truth comes to light. Xanthos, Cygna, and Zero are siblings, children of Pharamea, blessed with the sacred azure flame, who were forcibly created in secret by the Order of the Sacred Flame, using the power of the church to maintain their control over the flame. Xanthos was raised in the church, while Cygna was sent to the hidden Isle of Orsa to become a ring maiden, and Zero was adopted by a couple living a normal life in Wishvale. Xanthos descends into hell, raising the dead and resurrecting fallen villains, including Tidos, Herminia, and August. Battles rage across both the worlds of the living and the dead. Allies fall, souls are purified, and sacrifices are made, including one of the most heartbreaking, Rinyu Crossford, a young cleric woman descended from St. Grecia, the first to be gifted the sacred flame by Aelfric. She loved the alchemist Velnord in life, and her soul dissolves into light to stop his endless hatred of Tydos and save him. In the depths of hell, Xanthos revives the goddess of creation, Orsa, mother of all, attempting to burn away human desire itself from the world. Though Zero is able to temporarily defeat him, Cygna sacrifices herself to empower Xanthos. His accursed dark flame overpowers the sacred azure flame of Rondo, his flameguard successor, and he creates a dreamlike Orstera with a false peace, where the world has forgotten Zero's existence. Zero uses the power of the Flamebringer's ring to illuminate the darkness surrounding their allies to wake them from the dream reality, restoring their memories. Guided by Shrinekeeper Ataraxia and the spirits of the fallen ring maidens she trained, Zero and allies are guided to Aelfric the Flamebringer's shrine, where they must battle and defeat the god himself in a trial to empower the ring to its pinnacle state. After overcoming the Flamebringer's trial, Zero travels to the heavens in pursuit of Xanthos and finally confronts him with two possible outcomes. In the first outcome, Zero chooses not to use the ring to illuminate and awaken Xanthos from his madness, and he completes his transformation into the bestower of all, empowered by all the divine rings except for the Flamebringers, forcing Zero to kill him to end his suffering. In the second outcome, Zero does use the ring to awaken Xanthos, illuminating his lost soul, leading him to rejoin Zero to atone for his actions, and together with every traveler ally made along their journey, they confront and defeat the true evil of the world, the Dark God, Galdera the Fallen. In doing so, Zero restores balance and peace to the world without erasing humanity's desires. Xanthos survives and is freed from his torment, Wishvale is fully restored and rebuilt better than it was before, and Zero bids everyone farewell before setting out to continue their journey of exploration alone as a true traveler of the world.